we'll be discussing the very sad event of the aftermath of Wednesday's match between the Super Eagles and Bafana Bafana of South Africa. According to reports, some people slumped and died as a result of the high-tension encounter while watching the match. We'll also try to analyze those circumstances and also speak on the need for Nigerians to be cautious considering their health status, especially as we go into Sunday's match at 9 p.m. You can call us on 081-0764-1679, 0902416340. You can also tweet to us at TVC Entertainment _. We'd love to hear from you. All right, so we all agree that that match was high tension. I mean, there was a video that TVC had recorded of me watching the match, and I was really, it was an intense moment because I was deep.
You were inside
I was inside the pitch with them. Because my mind was locked in. You know, and many people, once their mind is locked in, they are unable to come out of that, you know, maybe easily. Because I remember that moment, for those of us that watched the match, where Victor scored the second goal. We were all excited, but then it was overruled and then awarded a penalty to the other guys. That could break anybody's heart. Even my heart was broken. So imagine somebody who had a high blood pressure, who had health issues, you know, underlying health issues, may have had their heart shattered just because of that. So what are your thoughts on this? I mean, it's a time for joy, happiness, but now we're having to talk about people possibly losing their lives as a result of these emotions. Right?
Yes, so even in the papers when we were reading today, we had, you know, a doctor who was just talking about how, you know, what could have happened. He says that if you look at the timing of when this happened, was at the time they were watching or just a few moments after they had watched it. And he talked about, you know, people may have underlying cardiovascular, you know, problems, high blood pressure, that's hypertension and so forth. So for me, you know, I've always said this, I borrowed myself brain a long time ago because I knew that it wasn't just an emotional thing for me. There was a point I could actually feel it physically. My palms would be sweaty. You know, I would actually feel a bit tired from just the, you know, emotions back and forth. So I knew that this was not for me. In fact, I was even talking to a few people who said that halfway through the match, they stopped watching and, you know, decided to either take a walk or just clear their minds because it really takes a toll on you emotionally. But it brings to light that, you know, we need to be careful about our health status. We need to pay attention about, you know, how we live our lives, what we eat, our medical visits, how often do we do it. And, you know, a lot of people were mentioning that, you know, we've got these really tiny gadgets now that people wear to monitor your heart and everything. So while you are watching, you are also able to monitor your heart to make sure that, you know, that you're fine. So going forward, I think, especially towards Sunday, just make sure that you're healthy. And if you're not, you can be like me. We'll watch from second-hand this thing.
Gist.
After second-hand gist, right, and we'll get all that is needed, and we'll enjoy with you later.
Yeah, so what I see here is just we need to become self-aware. Self-awareness is the key to solving and avoiding some things or some problems that may just be in front of us if we are not paying attention. And self-aware means you may not have any health issues, but you are someone who cannot distance their emotions from, you know, those sort of activities, and you get heightened. There are people, even from arguments, so they are not playing match, they are just arguing, you know, and then their emotions get so tense that they will brood for days. So if you're already in that kind of situation, you will know that if you have to watch this, you just watch yourself when you're getting to that point where you're now cursing everybody and you're now overreacting, because that reaction may even follow you home for days, and they lose out on a lot of things. They lose out on sleep. They are constantly, you know, replaying the incident or the accident that had happened. There are people like that. They don't have health issues, but that's just how they process and how they are infused into everything that sort of just triggers them a bit.
You see videos here of the Super Eagles mourning those who have died. They took a moment.
It's just painful. Yeah. So that's on one hand. Then we have people who, by probably nature of their work and all of that, they've come down with some health issues that are, like she rightly mentioned, heart-related. You know that this is not for you because the tension there would always naturally affect you. And because your heart cannot take it now, naturally, you just avoid those things. You can stay on the sidelines. You can ask people questions. How is it going and all of that? And you can, you know, there's a way they used to do it those days when they are watching. Women who are very busy, they are working. They peep in, what's happening? Then they go back to their work. And they peep in again and ask what's happening and they go back to their work. So you're being aware of where you stand and how you can handle the situation would save you from this sort of things. So let's not move with the excitement of, I know a lot of people are under pressure to watch. Like people are calling on their friends, get the jersey, we're going to watch. Some people know that they cannot stand the tension, but the peer pressure will not let them stay on their own. They want to go. Please understand where you are. And I've also noticed that a lot of people are not aware of where their health status is because they see it as big man's problem. Why am I constantly checking my BP? Why am I constantly going for this? You know, when you go to the doctor several times, that's when they now see what is not there. So let me just stay away. We're now realizing that what you don't know may likely kill you. So check and be sure of where you're.
All right, let me come to you, talk about, because I know that, I was telling somebody when I had that day of the match, my whole mind was on the match. I was preparing for 6 p.m. For whatever reason, I had an emergency meeting on the island, and then I had another meeting in Marina. And I was not meeting up until 6:30 or 6 o'clock. I was like, when he's not done, I'm going to miss this match. I was on the road. So in my head, I'm like, just go home and watch it in the house. I said, no, I will not forgive myself. They're giving me the gist of what happened. No, that one will give me a that one will give me an attack. That somebody was giving me the story. So a lot of people feel that way, that they shouldn't be giving me the gist. I must experience it because the thrill in any match is the emotion. That's the dopamine. That's that happy thing.
Can your heart take the thrill?
So you get thrilled in the other room every single day.
Jesus.
Where did you start? Where did you land?
Some people also die from those ones too as well.
Their heart cannot carry it.
Mont Rushmore on Facebook said, watching football is not for the faint-hearted.
Literally.
And that's the truth. Watching football is not for the faint-hearted, because if you cannot carry it, it can take your heart away. Many of us have someone we know that they say, oh, went out in the morning and did not come back, or she just slept off in the office, or he was driving and he just put his head down. So there are many Nigerians that are not aware of their health status, and it shows up in unexpected places like this, where you are, your heart is put to test, and your heart cannot carry what you exposed your heart to, which is what happened in this case, where some people, their hearts gave up under the pressure. You know, you can even watch a replay, like you know the result, and your heart will still be engaged. That's how sports is. Like, I know Nigeria won, and yet I'm watching and I'm like, and then I was like, calm down, no. Nigeria won this match. So, like Mariam said, you can actually watch the replay. You can follow fixture if you know your health status cannot handle it. And then maybe you take your medicine ahead of the match.
Exactly.
Because if you know that this thing would happen. Whatever they see, we were in Singapore, somebody saw my husband wear Arsenal shirt, and I was like, Mr. Mark, because he had his name at the back of the shirt, you're an Arsenal fan? Oh man, you must have a very strong heart. Because they are always being heartbroken back to back. So football fans know that this can go either ways, and you must, as much as you are hoping for success, you must be prepared for the loss. And if it happens, you're prepared that if it goes wrong, I'll be able to handle it. So that preparation, some people are not prepared for it. And I would advise that when people should learn how to deal with emergencies, because a lot of, like, at least on two of the deaths could be, I feel it could be been avoided if they had immediate first aid.
Thank
like
you, sis.
when people have heart attack, what do you do? Don't pour water. How do you know how to do CPR? Are we prepared to offer first aid?
So as we are going to
those
Sunday,
places?
are you saying that we should have those? So all those viewing centers should have a first aid kit.
Yeah.
Maybe between today and tomorrow, please get a quick lesson on how to even go online on YouTube. How do you recover? What's the word? Is it resuscitate somebody who is having cardiac arrest? Those are easy things you can do. So if your viewing center is something to pay attention to.
Yes, it's very important, really. And going towards Sunday, if you don't know for certain what your status is, please go and check. And there's nothing wrong for diehards like you. You know,
only when Nigeria is playing.
You know, there's a way we take death. Death is just all round a sad event. We don't even put a positive spin on it. See, Oyimbos that have lost their lives in things like this, when the people are talking about them, they'll say he died doing what he loved. Nigerians, we don't talk about death like that. Do you understand? So, on the one hand, if you feel I must watch it no matter what, are you prepared? You need to understand that it also means that I may go doing this. Is this something you are prepared to do? And then would it be something you would like people to say he passed on doing what he loves?
Watching
which
Nigeria
exactly
play.
what
Which is
Nigeria.
telling other people
And just like
make
Tokwe had
money
said
and
earlier, you know, on that day of the match, after I got home, I now went back to rewatch the match. So yes, because for me, after the tension, no, I didn't miss. No, it's all the parts I missed. I watched it from the. I just wanted to watch without the pressure. So though after the match, I now got home, got the fish, relaxed. They gave us fish at Exporter. I didn't answer there. I said, this fish, I can't eat it here. There's too much tension. When I now got home, I thought I got choke. So I will not eat this fish here.
Oh
Please,
my
let me
God.
package it. When I now go home, TV, rewind. See everybody now coming, hey, let's watch it with joy and happiness. So as you said, you can still enjoy the match, even after they have announced the results.
So there's one of our YouTube fans said that, where is it? Temitokwe. Oh, my namesake, Temitokwe Sheba. She said that my mom called me yesterday and begged me not to watch the final match on Sunday because I'm pregnant and dealing with pregnancy-induced blood pressure. So some people watching this now should not wait until anybody calls you to tell you. You know from your BP, you know from your own health status that you should not be caught anywhere. Don't let feeling among you where you should not be, you know. You are still a loyal Nigerian. You're still a passionate Nigerian. You can still wear your jersey and stay at home and be checking fixture until the end and watch it again, because knowing yourself, don't expose yourself unnecessarily to
You also
something
not
that
go
might put you
to
at
hell
risk.
if you do not watch. Some of us did not watch, and we don't even have any intention
live
of watching. And we're fine, we're jubilating with Nigeria, you know, and all of that. So do not let anybody put you under any form of pressure that I must be this certain way to be a patriot. You are patriotic in other ways, you know, and all that. Worst case, you can buy a jersey and stay in your house and do something else. It's part of, you know, being Nigerian. I went through a lot of having my heart palpitate most of the time because of the sort of career that I decided to do, that I don't want to do it for somebody else. So I can take my heart palpitating when I'm waiting for the results of my auditions, I'm waiting for the result of my beauty pageant, I'm waiting for something good that's coming. You know, it's palpitating for me. It's my own palpitation. If
the money comes, it enters your pocket.
So I cannot just be palpitating for everything else that is external. I would only give my energy, give my prayers, and you know, and that's also okay. And nobody should make another person feel bad for not watching the match. I had some young people have been chatting me, say, Madam Busy, are you watching for Sunday? Should we come over? I said, please. I know they house.
Talking about Sunday, what are our plans? I mean, aside for we know for TVC, we have a plan. We have Exporter who's supporting us with the beautiful game. So our fans will be there at Exporter. But what are you guys planning? What should we do? Chicken? We have to have some sassoon, some drinks. You have to have some grilled fish, you know?
So,
are you watching?
No.
I was tempted.
You can't be a Nigerian and not watch. What is it?
I am not a Nigerian.
Don't press.
Are you going to host us? You're not hosting.
I'm going to Exporter. Let's meet at Exporter.
No, I can't do that.
I'm sorry.
Even the what's his name? The GM of what's his name? Let me say it on TV because maybe he's having it on the, let me not say it on TV just in case he's not inviting the whole public.
Okay.
Before it has to be full, if you're wondering.
But he can send me an invite this morning. I sent my apologies. I can't make
Sunday.
it because Sundays it's 9 p.m. I have to be near the house. I can't be all the way on the island. You know, I have to
Because
be
it's not this Sunday.
Okay, so let me tell you.
Have an interview somewhere.
We're going there in the morning. It's 1 o'clock p.m. I must be back in this Lagos.
How do you want to do
So for that day, my kids actually don't. We don't watch football within the house. I would love to do that. So currently, we are going to watch this one so that I just feel like I did not give my children that memory of. At least I can still remember watching the 1994, watching 1996, the Olympics, where we won the Olympic gold medal. So I feel like I should give my children that memory because I don't think they have any, and they're not football fans. So, but let them just feel Nigerian vibes. So we're going to watch.
Let me take Samuel. Good morning. Are you there?
Good morning, everyone.
You're live.
To those who lost their lives
Sorry?
during the match, to those who lost their lives during the match, may they still rest in peace.
Amen.
I want to tell people this. They shouldn't attach emotion to football or even movie. You know, some people cannot even watch scripted movie. They can't watch it. There are people who cannot watch movies. See them screaming, shout. Tell them this is scripted movie. So people acted it. So to those who are watching football, and one thing about it is some people are better.
Yeah.
Some people out there bet on all those footballs. And they lack the emotion to carry what is going on the So that is that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So that's
He's right. So I'm the sort of person when I watch a movie, I would cry. I would get upset as I get upset. There's this very popular movie that was on Netflix about these young black boys that were, that were accused falsely. Do you know I could not watch that movie? When I started watching the movie, then I read up on it. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. So that is how emotionally involved I get in things. So I just do not even want to be. I would let you people go ahead. Just me later is fine. But also I was going to say, I hope I've not. Okay.
Maybe when you come back, you remember. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll look at the happy side of the match so that we don't want to focus too much on the sad part, but the happy side of the match. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to be wrapping up on this very soon, but you're going to say something, Mariam.
I was going to say that also my not watching the match on Sunday is a good thing for Nigerians because I've been known to jinx your results. So I'm going to be doing you the favor. When I don't watch it, you guys win. So I'm not going to watch it on Sunday.